It's time for On Point, where we speak to experts to delve deeper into some of the key issues in the spotlight right now. South Korea is just a week away from launching the Korea Pathfinder Lunar Orbiter, also known as KPLO. The craft will be launched from Cape Canaveral in the U.S. on August 2nd with the help of NASA. The mission was developed and managed by the Korea Aerospace Research Institute for a year-long orbit of the moon.
And this year, with the second launch of Nuri, South Korea is taking bold but baby steps in the aerospace industry. So what does this project signify, and why does the country want to study the far side of the moon? For more, we have Kang, research officer for Astronomy and Space team at the Gwacheon National Science Museum. Very good morning to you, Dr. Kang. Lovely to see you again.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me again.
And, well, our first question is, well, because the launch is being carried out by NASA, but the project is very much Korean, to what extent is this a Korean project, and what are you looking forward to the most?
Okay, honestly speaking, we can say that whole mission is developed and managed by Korean government-supported research institutes such as KARI or KASI and other universities in Korea. However, despite the Nuri's successful launch in June, current Nuri specification does not have the capability to lift the payload beyond the low Earth orbit yet. Since this mission is heading to the moon, we need to get help by the NASA and SpaceX using Falcon 9 launch vehicle to be in the orbit to the moon.
Right, so we are going to send an orbiter to the moon, but what can we really learn from this mission? Why do we want to study the moon?
This mission is Korea's first mission to explore the moon and deep space as well. If KPLO, as known as Danuriho, launch is successful, it means that Korea will join the leading group of space development in line with the other global trend of the deep space exploration. The moon can play a very important role as an intermediate base for deep space exploration, and there are many rare resources on Earth that are lacking. Therefore, sharing the value of lunar exploration with researchers around the world is why we go to the moon, and we should go to the moon.
And while some say that we are a little bit late in the game, but how advanced is the technology behind KPLO when you compare it to other countries that are very much established in the space industry?
KPLO has many observational and experimental instruments in it. As comparing to other countries, these devices are extremely sophisticated. It has a high-resolution camera used to select the lunar landings for the future, a polarization camera for accurate observation of the lunar surface, and gamma ray meter for resource presence on the moon, and so on. So all these observations with these devices never done before. So many countries are paying attention to Korea's moon exploration right now.
Right, and now we are working with NASA in terms of the delivery of the KPLO, but we saw the successful launch of Nuri last month. So, and the point of the launch was to be independent in the aerospace industry. So when do you think South Korea can launch a satellite into the space as far as the moon?
Okay, as mentioned earlier, with the success of Nuri's launch vehicle, Korea, in June, Korea now has the ability to launch satellite on its own to the low Earth orbit. As far as I know, we are working on developing a launch vehicle for deep space exploration for the next step. And it is important to upgrade its performance step by step rather than hurrying it up. In the 2030s, I believe, inside of the next 10 years, we expect to be able to use our launch vehicle to send our lunar probes and lunar landers.
Dr. Kang, so what kind of commercial opportunities do you see for this technology going forward?
Probably those are very sophisticated internet instrument. So I think there will be very advanced instrument and will be used for the future moon exploration.
Oh, and in what ways is South Korea's project really helping the global effort to advance space missions and space research.
Can you say that again one more time?
In what ways does KPLO really contribute to the very global effort to advance space tech and space explorations?
There are many first observation and experimental will be done by the KPLO, such as POCAM with looking for the lunar surface with the polarization camera, as done never done before. So that kind of the information will be given to Earth for the first time. And we will going to use the deep space internet as well, and this is a first time experiment as well. So these are high advanced technology will contribute for the future moon exploration, as well as the characteristic and properties of the moon for the future exploration.
Right, and we know from previous announcements from the government that South Korea is on its way to have a manned mission on the moon. So the country is trying to land an astronaut on the moon. How is this going to help that if we can study the moon for a year before that?
Okay, so studying the moon is very important, and that's why a lot of countries are try to go to the moon again since after 1960s, 70s, since then. So exploring the moon is very helpful for try to go to the deep space exploration. So everybody wants to go to the deep space. That's the national global trend for right now. So everyone, we are on the baby step for the deep space exploration. This is our first step. So Korea Pathfinder Lunar Orbiter, which is KPLO, the Nuri, will open our deep space exploration mission for the future. And later, based on this assets, we will continue to the deep space exploration, and we will be the very important role and be part of the global deep space exploration.
Right, so baby steps, but we do know that South Korea is very proficient at catching up. So we look forward to a lot of exciting space developments. Well, thank you so much again, Dr. Kang, for your time. It's always lovely to have you on our show, and we hope to speak to you again soon.
Thank you.